Most of the electric drives used in industries today are three-phase induction motors. Induction motors, when started, takes large amount of current. To reduce the starting current, we use starters. There are two types of starters which are commonly used in industries for starting large induction motors. They are manual star-delta starters and automatic star-delta starters. In this film, we are going to explain to you the functioning of manual star-delta starter and automatic star-delta starter. Here we have one manual star-delta starter. Now it has got a push button and a manual switch. For starting the motor, we press the push button and move this switch from off position to start position. When you put this in start position, the motor windings get connected in star and they get supply, three-phase supply. The motor starts rotating. Once the motor picks up speed, we move this switch to delta position. The windings get connected in delta and we can release the pressure on the push button. The motor continues to rotate. Now let us see what is there inside a manual star-delta starter. Now this is the switch, star-delta switch, which operate from off position to start position and delta position. Here is this push button and here is a contactor. And along the contactor we have the thermal overload relay, which is used for the protection of the motor. Now we will show the functioning of such a manual star-delta starter with the help of circuit diagrams. The stator has got three windings. So we draw the three windings. So say A1, A2 is one winding, B1, B2 is the second winding, and C1 and C2 is the third winding of the stator. And here we show the rotor. For starting, we are to give three-phase supply to these three terminals and connect these other three terminals in star. And when the motor picks up speed, we remove the star connections and connect these windings in delta by connecting, say, A2 with B1, B2 with C1, and C2 with A1. Now let us see how through a manual switching device we can do this. These are the bus bar from which supply is available. We take three-phase supply from three phases, say R, Y, B. Now for protection of motor, we must use cartridge fuses in the three phases. From where we come to the contactor terminals, main contacts of the contactors. Here is the contactor coil. Now here we must, along with the contactor, we must use the thermal overload relay for the motor protection. And this is the relay contact, overload relay contact. Now we will have the manual switch. We use a 4-pole switch. Now supply from this three phases will be given to A1, B1, C1. So let us connect A1 with say R phase, B1 to Y phase, and C1 to B phase. Now for start position, this is start position of the switch, and this is the delta position of the switch. For starting, this switch is to be placed in this position, start position. Now three-phase supply is available with A1, B1 and C1. So A2, B2, C2 through the switch should be connected in star. So for which we make connections like this and connect these three terminals to the three terminals of the switch. But in delta position, the connection should be such that A2 is connected with B1, B2 with C1 and C2 with A1. So let us make connections for both star and delta positions. So A2 should be taken to B1. Where is B1? B1 is here. So A2 should be taken here. So we take connections. A2 to B1, A2 to B1. So there's a little mistake. A2 we have connected to B1, A2 to B1. Now B2 to C1. So from B2 C1 is here, and C2 is to be connected to A1. A1 is here. So C2 is to be connected to A1. Now see, when the switch is placed in start position, this A2, B2, C2 get connected together and three-phase supply will be available to A1, B1, C1 provided the contactor is energized. And in delta position, supply will be available by energizing the contactors, and the connections of the windings will be A2 to B1, B2 to C1 and C2 to A1. The winding gets connected in delta and the motor runs in delta position. Now how with the help of push button this contactor is energized, let us see. We give supply from any of the phases to the conductor coil, and we connect the overload relay contact in series with the conductor coil. From there we take connections to the push button. Now the condition should be such that unless the switch is placed on the start position, the contactor cannot be energized. So we will give supply to this coil through one of the contact of the switch. That means that's why we have used a switch with 4 arms. So we bring connections here, and from here we take the connections to the other phase. Now when the switch is placed in star position, let us see what happens. We press the push button, the contactor gets supply voltage and becomes energized. This contacts closes, supply is available to A1, B1, C1, and A2, B2, C2 are star connected. And when we place this in delta position, this windings gets connected in delta by A2 connecting to B1, B2 to C1 and C2 to A1. Now once the motor starts rotating in delta position, we should be able to release the pressure on the push button, for which we connect one auxiliary contact of the contactor so that we are able to release the pressure on the push button. Now this is to be connected like this. Now here you have come, instead of going this way, we make connection like this, and from here we bring connection to this terminal. So in delta position, when the pressure on the push button is released, the contactor should remain energized. Let us trace the circuit. Now this is circuit, this is the contactor coil. From here, since this is closed, supply will come like this, and since this is closed, so supply will be complete like this. So we are able to release the pressure on the push button and the motor continues to rotate. This is the complete wiring diagram for a manual star delta starter. It has got two distinct circuits. One is called the power circuit and another is called the control circuit. For easy understanding, many a times only the control circuit is drawn. So for your understanding, I will draw the schematic diagram of the control circuit. Now in this diagram you see the control circuit is connected between B phase and Y phase. So let us draw B phase here. This is B phase. You have the thermal overload relay contact. And you have the switch. It has three positions: off position, star position and delta position. This is star position, this is delta position. When the switch is placed in the star position, the push button is pressed. So we show the push button. The contactor coil should get energized. So you show the contactor coil, this coil. Now the supply of B phase is shown here. So this is B. You press the push button, place the switch in star position, contactor gets full voltage, it gets energized, its contacts close and the motor gets supply. Now when we place the push button in delta position, you should be able to release pressure on the push button. So we connect the auxiliary contact of this contactor. Say this is C contactor. So this is small c. This you connect this way. So when the switch is placed in the delta position, the supply to the contactor will be available like this, and the pressure on the push button can be released. So this is the schematic diagram of the control circuit. We will show you the functioning of a manual star delta starter with the help of a real demonstration on an induction motor. Here we have made connection for starting of a three-phase induction motor direct on line. Now three-phase supply is coming through the cartridge fuses and through this contactor to the terminals of this three-phase induction motor. For starting the motor, we have the start push button, and for stopping you have the stop push button. Now in one of the phases we have connected an ammeter to record the current. Now we will demonstrate the amount of current drawn by this motor when we press this push button, on push button. That is when we start the motor direct on line by giving full voltage. Now you please observe the amount of current drawn by the motor when I press this push button. You have noticed that the motor had drawn very high current when we started, and under running condition the current drawn by the motor came down. Now in the second demonstration we are going to show you the amount of current the motor will draw when it is connected through star delta starter. Here in this demonstration we have connected the same induction motor through a push button operated manual star delta starter. In one of the lines we have connected the same ammeter for recording the amount of current drawn by the motor. Now I will start this motor by pressing this push button and by moving this handle from off position to star position and then to delta position. We will see the amount of current drawn by the motor in this experiment. You see the motor is drawing about 1/3 the current it had drawn when it was started direct on line. We are now going to study two more types of starters. One is semi-automatic star delta starter and the other is automatic star delta starter. Now this is the semi-automatic star delta starter. Now this one is the power circuit diagram. You will see in this diagram we have used three contactors, contactor A, B and C. At starting the motor windings should be connected in star. Two contactors, contactor A and B, should be energized. When A gets energized, it closes its contacts and these three terminals A1, B1 and C1 are star connected. And if B is also energized, three-phase supply from RYB gets connected across the terminals A2, B2 and C2. So the motor starts running with the stator winding connected in star. After some time, the motor winding should get connected into delta. This is achieved by getting this contactor A switched off, that is by disconnected the star connections, and getting this contactor C switched on. That is, under delta connection, contactor B and C should get energized and A should get de-energized. Now when C gets energized, these three terminals A1, B1 and C1 gets connected in delta as shown in this diagram. That means supply is available across the terminals A2, B2, C2, and you will see A2 is getting connected with B1, B2 with C1 and C2 with A1. Here you will see A1, A2 is here, you have got the supply A2, but A1 will get connected to C2, B1 will get connected to A2 and C1 will get connected to B2. Thus the motor starts rotating in delta. In a semi-automatic starter, the delay from star connection to delta connection is achieved by keeping the pressure on this push button. Now let us see the operation of a semi-automatic starter from this schematic diagram. Once this on push button is pressed, supply is available to conductor A, and also supply will be available to conductor B, because this will now be closed. Once this is closed, but this contact is open, so C is not energized. So at starting, A and B are energized. Now after some time, when the pressure on this push button is released, that is, when the motor has started running at normal speed, what happens? A gets de-energized. When A gets de-energized, this contact opens, but supply to B is still available, and since this contact will now remain closed, so supply to C is also available. So initially at starting, conductor A and B is energized, and after some time, when the on push button pressure is released, B remains energized, A gets de-energized, and C becomes energized. Now we will see how this time delay from start to running condition is achieved with the help of a time delay relay in a fully automatic star delta starter. On this board, we have fabricated an automatic star delta starter. 3 contactors, contactor A, B and C, have been used. This is the start push button, this is the stop push button, and this is a timer. When we press the on push button, contactor A and B will get energized. The stator windings of the motor will get connected in star, and the motor will start running. After some time, through the operation of this timer, contactor A will get de-energized, while contactor C will get energized. So 2 contactors, contactor B and C, will remain energized by making the stator winding in delta connections and keeping the supply on through the contactor B. The motor will continue to rotate in delta position. Now let us see, if we press this push button now, you will see these 2 contactors will get energized, and after some time, through this operation of this timer, this will get de-energized and this will get energized. Now I press this start push button. After some time, this will get energized. Now this has got energized. Now I can stop this motor. Now we will see the explanation through the schematic representation of the control circuit. In this schematic diagram, when the on push button is pressed, contactor A gets energized, and simultaneously through the closing of this contact, B will get energized and also D will get energized. When B gets energized, this contact closes, but this remains open because A is energized. So out of this 4 relays, only C remains de-energized. A, B and D, these 3 contactors, D is of course the timer, they are energized. So when A and B is energized, the motor windings are connected in star, the motor starts rotating. But the timer will operate after some time delay, which we can set. Now once the timer operates, its contact D opens. Contactor A gets de-energized. When A gets de-energized, this closes. This is open, but since this was closed, supply to contactor B still remains. while contactor C also gets energized. So in running condition, contactor B and C will remain energized and continue to get supply through this closing of this contact. The motor runs in delta position, and for switching off, this off push button is pressed, then these contactors gets de-energized. So we have seen two types of star delta starters, that is a manual star delta starter and an automatic star delta starter. In automatic star delta starter also we have seen two varieties. One is semi-automatic, another is fully automatic. In semi-automatic starter, the time delay is achieved with the help of a pressure kept on the start push button, whereas in an automatic star delta starter, the time delay of connections of stator windings from star to delta has been achieved with the help of a timer.